guys, my name is Shane. I'm with the Consortium for the Greater Geek, and this is, of course, the Toy Bin. Today we're going to take a look at yet another masterpiece Transformer. As you well know, the Transformers are some of my favorite things to collect. This is MP-39 Sunstreaker, the twin brother of Autobot Sideswipe. And I'm very, very happy with this figure. Again, as most of the Transformers from the Masterpiece line, it has come with a good amount of accessories. And again, always there's one fun surprise accessory that usually comes out of one single episode in the history. So we'll take a closer up look at Sunstreaker. As they have over the past couple of years, the quality of the figure has gone up. Some of the old Masterpiece figures had problems with pieces being overly fragile, or sometimes the transformations would hold up on their articulation. That has improved monumentally over the past couple of years, and that includes Sunstreaker here. He's got a lot of posability. He's got a lot of different articulation joints. His head spins. He bends at the knees, the waist, the ankles, the arms. So you can pretty much get this character in any pose you want, as well as a nice little flight stand so you can put him in kind of mid-jump. So let us take a closer look at Sunstreaker. Alright guys, here we'll get up close and personal with Masterpiece Sunstreaker. As you can see, the detail is very fine. As I said, the articulation, the shoulders, the elbows, the classic 1980 design from the G1. You see the face there. The very stoic look from the animated series. He actually has 3 different faces. These are the other 2. He's got one there kind of smiling, and one that kind of looks a little like he's shocked or maybe mid-battle. And again, those just slide right off. Let me turn this one around here. And it just clips right onto the back. There's a little peg there. So they're very easy to swap out. You just pull it off and put it right back on. But again, as you can see, it's got the nice classic design. And if you're a hardcore Transformers fan, that's usually what you want. And he's very well done. Even down to the hands, as most of them do now. You see their articulation, the fingers bend out so he can hold the pistol. And again, his firearm is the classic design from the series as well. Very well done. A lot of attention to detail with these figures, and they just keep getting better and better. As I did say, he does come with quite a few accessories, as we've already looked at the 2 faces. He does also come with this one, which is kind of fun. This is a alien mask he wore in one single episode of the original cartoon. And all the Masterpiece Transformers have a tendency to come with something like this. Wheeljack had a specific device he had that was just from one episode. And this was just from an episode where he tried to hide among some aliens and put that on. He does also come with an extra set of rear view mirrors. This is the only piece that's really fragile on these figures, is rear view mirrors, and just plug right on, you can see. I actually just left these off because he has a set on him, and I think those are just to replace in case you accidentally bust them off. My favorite accessory that comes with the figure is Chip. If you're a fan of the old series, you will remember Chip. He was Spike's buddy and friend and computer genius. He comes with his wheelchair. He does come out of his wheelchair. And he was one of the long-time running characters on the old 1980s cartoon. He also comes with his ID card here, the Masterpiece card. Some of the characters have come with the coins. Majority of them come with these cards, as well as the sheet there. You can see, again, it's in Japanese. The only thing you can go by with the transformation sheets are the images, unless you're lucky enough to understand and read Japanese. So sometimes it does make it a little bit difficult to get the transformations going, especially when some of the smaller pieces, you're just going by the images and not so much the design, or the images, not anything that goes with the wording, unless you can read it. So sometimes it does prove to be a little bit difficult to transform them because some of the images are tough to make out, and he doesn't always show you the exact pieces you need to move. But overall, Sunstreaker is a very, very well put together character. He will look good on my shelf next to his twin brother Sideswipe. And again, the Autobot insignia is not a sticker; it is painted on. which is always a bonus. Even the one in the back that winds up being in the hood of the car in transformation is the same. The detail and the thought process the mechanics put into these has gotten greater and greater over the years. Their ability to manipulate the figures to get them to look so much better and so much like their G1 counterparts is fantastic. So I'll take a quick moment to transform him and show you his car mode. And there we have Sunstreaker in car mode. So you can see it's pretty well detailed again. Right down to, we got two different tail light modes here, as well as two different modes here. This whole apparatus can come up and flip underneath, so it's more like just yellow, but I'm never going to do that because it's the way he looked in G1. And the same thing here, these little guys can, I can do this one-handed without the camera. Ooh, they pop open and they can slide underneath, so you can have the tail lights exposed if you wish. One of the cool small aspects is his doors will actually open. I mean, there's nothing in there to see other than, you know, the guts of the actual figure. If there was car seats, it'd be cooler. And the same thing, his hood comes up. But again, there's no real engine in there. One of the real cool features, it's these little buttons right here. If you push those buttons up, the lights actually pop up. I mean, there's no real need for it. It's just a cool little design to have. That one's kind of stuck a little bit. There we go. So, a fun little feature. He does have a little gun hidden in there. You can pop out if you split the tail fins up. Here he is next to his brother Sideswipe. Sideswipe is a much easier transformation than Sideswipe or than a Sunstreaker. Sunstreakers is far more complicated. It's one of the reasons I don't really do the transformations on camera. It's a very time consuming. And some parts do have a tendency to get stuck. So they're not to be, I mean, once you get used to transforming them, you're okay. The biggest drawback to this figure is the same thing I had a problem with the Trax, the Corvette version, is these the side view mirrors. They fit in that little slot right there. So I got the little bit of a shadow. They fit right in there, and they have a tendency to pop out. They're not really glued on or anything. As you can see, they're just little pegs, and they even give you a spare set because they pop off, they fall off. So I just took them off. It's easier mid-transformation because the doors here fold in on themselves, and several times they popped off. I just got tired of putting them back on. But overall, a real good figure. I wish the wheels were rubber. They are plastic. Same thing with Sideswipe. They are plastic. But it's nice to have to deal with them. They also do have Masterpiece Red Alert, who is just another paint of these guys. I believe he is the same transformation as Sideswipe. So overall, a pretty solid figure. The transformation is the biggest issue, but again, there's so much intricate parts going on and so much detail. It's tough to make them simple. Simple transformations. And again, just a ton of accessories he comes with, which is fantastic. Chip just makes my day. He's really good. So, you said you can see it's a very well put together piece. A lot of detail got into him. You can even see the Lamborghini decal or the nameplate on the back there. It would have been cool if they gave him a license plate as well. Sideswipe had the same thing on the back of his. You can see a little bit better with the colors there. So Masterpiece, Sunstreaker, next to Sideswipe. And then we transition back to robot mode. Again, a lot of good detail. The transformation is intricate. I mean, most of these guys are. They're not meant to be quick change robots. Again, that's why I don't waste a whole lot of time doing the transformations on camera. I'm more into the detail that they give you and how fantastic and solid representations are of the old G1 models. So they have Sunstreaker, next to his buddy Sideswipe, just for fun. Masterpiece. Sunstreaker Lamborghini. So there you have it, guys. Masterpiece Sunstreaker. Overall, very well designed piece. The transformation is a little bit rough at times, but pretty smooth other than a few hiccups. So the biggest flaw is the rear view mirrors, which pop off, which they could make better, but again, you're not really worried about the rear view mirrors. But thanks for tuning in. Make sure you check out the Consortium of Greater Geek. Hit us up on our Facebook page. Hit us up on Twitter and shoot us an email at greatergeek1@gmail.com. Thanks for tuning in, guys. This has been The Toy Bin.